Hey guys, Streams here again. This movie was Team 7 went back in time. By Team 7 I mean like Team Kakashi and Team Yamato, which is, there's like two change differences. One is that the sensei for Team Yamato is, well, Yamato, and then Sasuke is replaced by Sai. Then for Team Kakashi, well, we have the original Team 7. I'm taking all the original back, because I think that just Sai and Yamato went back in time alongside Kakashi, that could provide very big influences for time. So yeah. Now with this, well, Naruto only brings this many people alongside him to fight Ishiki. Boruto kind of got dragged along by Momoshiki, and then Kawaki got transported the same way he did in canon. This Naruto had brought Sai, Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi, and Yamato because he knows how to work well with them. They're the ultimate, I guess, group. Because they all have experience working together, maybe not Sai and Sasuke, but everyone else on the team, they're very good. And so, Sai and Sasuke are probably the smartest two on the team, besides Yamato and Kakashi. So they can probably figure out how to work together really well. Now, this issue do prove to be able to push back Ishiki a lot, but then Borushiki comes out a bit earlier because the fight's extended without Naruto using Baryon mode. Now Borushiki just coming out a lot earlier, not really, I mean, coming out at the same time actually. Is he able to defeat lots of members of Team 7 while catching them off guard? And well, Ishiki wants to preserve their bodies in case that Kawaki proves useless. This he sucks them all into his dimension in his eye. And, well, Kawaki is able to evade long enough for him to die out when Momoshiki eventually fades. But Boruto did twice, he's left without parents. Or not, left without one parent. And, well, Sarada suffered the same fate, but this time she had two parents. So, yeah. And, well, Inojin, so basically, Boruto, Inojin, Sarada, they all lost parents. Permanently, because Ishiki died with them in his dimension. And Naruto and Sasuke began trying to work on ways to get out of the dimension, as well, Sasuke was one of the few ambushed by Borushiki, having his Rinnegan stabbed out. Trying to find a way to get him and Naruto out of the dimension, with these two both working on space time ninjutsu. Sakura will use her time and space bending speed to try to basically just find some weak point in it by zooming around the whole area. And Sai tries to use animals to find some way to get farther out or in, just to see. Yamato begins using sensory ninjutsu alongside Kakashi to find where they could be. Eventually, Naruto having bigger reserves of chakra, he's actually able to find space-time ninjutsu a lot faster due to him blowing through chakra like crazy. And with this, well, as him and Sasuke are able to crack through the dimension with the help of just Indra and Ashura chakra combined, plus 6 past abilities, well, as they're able to more or less keep this crack going, they eventually had gone through it. Not realizing that they had gone through time as well, not space. They forgot the whole time part of space-time ninjutsu. This when they step through it, well, they're all put back in kid bodies. Naruto would wake up as a 4-year-old, as this is the first night of him living on his own. Sasuke will wake up in his 4-year-old body as well, as he's covered in sweat. This realizes that he's surrounded by his parents and Itachi. And then Sao realizes he's next to his older brother Shin, which actually makes him start crying. Sakura realizes she's with her parents. Kakashi would realize he woke up in a cold sweat. And Yamato woke up, was asleep on a mission. He was more or less taking a break from guard duty and fell asleep. Except, these are more or less the times that would be very influential for Naruto. And then, with this, due to Naruto being the one executing the jutsu, they're all transported around the time that Naruto would, have influence. With this, Sakura, due to actually being Naruto's actually very few best friends, don't think she's not just Naruto's best friend, you're dumb. But, she would actually recognize that this may be a certain time that's influencing Naruto. Sasuke does as well. And so does Sai. Now this, eventually, the next day, when they have free time, Sasuke wants to go see his friends. So they all go to one location that they don't think anyone else would go to. Top of Hokage faces. Sai is able to sneak out during training, and when he heads out, Naruto ends up heading out as well. Yamato had been to come back from the mission. Kakashi had been to have a free day. And Sakura's parents didn't care where she went. And neither did Sasuke's parents. And Naruto doesn't have parents. So, yeah. Immediately, they all got to the top of the Hokage face. And Yamato happened to be wearing his Anbu gear. And, he felt years younger. Kakashi also felt years younger. And the other ones obviously felt younger and shorter. Now with this, there's no Anbu watching Naruto currently, so, nothing happens. Now with this, I'll be discussing what happened, and, the Ru are looking for Sai. Quickly, Naruto is actually able to access chakra a lot faster, as Kurama happened to be transported with Naruto, because Baron mode was not used, they were more or less caught off guard by Orochimaru. Those attacked would be Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, just the original Team 7, minus Kakashi. But Naruto is actually able to access Kuroma's chakras. Kuroma doesn't know what happened. So with this, Naruto is actually able to access chakra a lot faster and immediately remove Sai's seal, as Sai would think Naruto before he blew up. At this, they'll begin talking, and, well, they figure out that they're kids again. They have to think about what happened. Kakashi does realize that, they could use the jutsu again and go back through time, but they don't know what would happen. Would they be sent back to the dimension they were trapped in, or would they go not too far back, maybe like a week at most? They don't know how dangerous that jutsu could be again. So Naruto and Sasuke need to spend time. You need to spend time perfecting it, and, well, everyone else just needs to get stronger. But Sasuke and Sakura, well, they're going to take advantage of this. Sai would as well. These three, well, Sasuke and Sai mainly, well, they didn't have the happiest childhood, and Naruto didn't really care. He didn't have many complaints besides being hated. That's really it. But Sasuke and Sai, they had the biggest complaints. Their life sucked. Kakashi has complaints as well, but he didn't go far enough back. He didn't go back in time far enough to actually, well, use his complaints. So just mainly Sai and Sasuke. Sakura, she can't complain about shit. Naruto can't do anything about the hate. And then Yamato, you can just leave the Anbu. That solves most of your problems. Maybe not your identity crisis, but the rest of it, yeah, it's solved. And Kakashi, you're a sad man. But, yeah. Sai and Sasuke state the problems in their life, and how being here could currently fix it. Now, Sakura been thinking on it as well, so does Naruto. And Kakashi has realized, well, they could more or less possibly be able to, well, use this time to their advantage. They can fix everything they think went wrong in life. Possibly, they can prevent the thing of Gaara happening. And Naruto, well, when he thinks about this, he thinks of Boruto and Kawaki, and Himawari, of course. Well, the first thought crosses his mind is Kawaki. Now, one of the reasons Kawaki's first thought is because, well, he can save Kawaki from being abducted by Gaara, but Kawaki would be raised. Well, he'd be raised to be strong, sure, but he'd be pretty damn weak compared to his canonical self. He wouldn't have a karma seal. He wouldn't have a cybernetic body. Everything would be different. But one thing that Naruto would think of immediately, that he said out loud, is Hiruzen's death. They can stop that. Because, well, they know where a lot of Orochimaru's bases are currently. They know where they all are. And yeah, Naruto would say he remembers where half of them are. And, well, they were ones that are pretty old. Naruto also does say that they kind of know how to fix Orochimaru's immortality. So how would they bring him back to the leaf with that? But it has to come from Yamato or Kakashi. Now with this, they actually think that would be more reasonable coming from a 4-year-old. And, well, I think Sai is like 5 or 6. Let me check this real quick. Sai is like a year older than Naruto, so Sai is like 6 years old currently. But Sai more or less has the determination to save his brother, but does say it would take a lot of time to find Tsunade. Kakashi would chuckle, saying, "Hey Naruto, do you remember some of the gambling spots she hit up? Or where she'd hang out at?" Naruto state the village he found her in. Kakashi would be thinking, saying, "That village is pretty well known for having gambling. This shouldn't be too hard. Plus, it was Land of Fire. And I don't think she'd leave Land of Fire. Or maybe not go too far outside of it. Give me a second. Well, give me a few days." Now with this, well, Yamato begins researching Orochimaru's bases and going through all of them using his days off. Sasuke begins getting close to his family, even getting it to Itachi mentally, because he doesn't know what makes Itachi tick, what makes Itachi not tick. There's a lot of things about Itachi that he didn't know before. So this does actually convince Itachi to hang out with Sasuke a lot more, because Sasuke proves to be, well, a prodigy. And Sakura, well, she actually, her parents aren't too bad. And Naruto then, more or less begins putting work at Ichiraku because, well, he never went there on his own accord. He went there because Hyuga asked him to. So Naruto actually began getting a part-time job at Ichiraku because he has nothing better to do. More or less, he'd go around the village for gathering ingredients. And Sai, well, he spends more time with his brother, and well, no one notices that Sai's seal is gone. But Sai does remember the hand seals that Naruto had done, and he has perfect chakra control, so he removes the seal on his brother as well, which shocks his brother. Now, Sai's brother immediately wants to run away, but Sai would say, "No, we're going to stay here, because I have a few friends that I met when I escaped from training." Immediately, Shin is shocked, but he's happy. What's my phone at? 22%. I can't finish this video. Alright, so Kakashi, Well, he actually has to use him for a few days off because, well, he met a kid in the Anbu that escaped training but went back. And that kid's brother having been in danger, so he's going to go find Tsunade. Now, well, I guess we can go to Orochimaru. Well, Kakashi also wants to know where Jiraiya is, as Jiraiya is contacted by Hiruzen. Jiraiya is able to tell his location, and Kakashi would head there. Kakashi doesn't know that Jiraiya is one of the only people they can trust with this information, so actually does tell Jiraiya about the whole thing about going back in time, and states the whole future, even how Jiraiya dies. It's at Nagato's hand. Now Jiraiya's kind of shocked, like, they didn't die, and this makes, like, Kakashi sigh, saying, "You think a Rinnegan user trained by a Sannin would die? You dumb? You stupid? What happened? What happened in there?" He's like just basically pokes Kakashi, but pokes Jiraiya's head. And Jiraiya does because that makes a lot of sense. So they're alive. Kakashi would nod, saying, "Yep." And the leader of the Akatsuki goes by Mamadara Uchiha, but in reality, he is an Uchiha, sure, but well, his name is Obito Uchiha. Now, Jiraiya's kind of confused why Kakashi knows all this, but then does realize he's from the future. He's proving it currently. But now he wants to find Tsunade. Now, with this, Jiraiya's like confused, like it'd be hard to find her, but then this is when Kakashi would say, "You want to know with her help? Well, one, I can figure out a way that to bring Orochimaru back to the village. I know some secrets about his immortality as an adult, since he's an ally of the Leaf." Jiraiya's actually pretty happy to hear this, but now, well, he does want to help and find Tsunade even more. After a month of searching, they find her, and they bring her back to the Hidden Leaf, just through, well, Genjutsuing her, then, as before it can break it in a few seconds, Jiraiya just knocks her out. Now with this, she's put under strong Genjutsu, so Shizune wouldn't realize what this is for, but Tsunade would still say no, so, like, it's to save a kid's life, she'll allow it this once. Tsunade wakes up in the village, she wakes up there, she questions why she's here, Kakashi will say, "You're going to save a kid's life." This kid wants to escape the Anbu, and doesn't want to die in it due to some illness. If he's going to be an Anbu, he wants to die a warrior. Tsunade is like, I don't want to kill a kid if he's like dead, like he's dying because of injury. Kakashi says, "No, it's sickness." Like, I just said that. So Tsunade begins healing Shin when he escapes training somehow, and Danzo still can't find them because their shields are gone. Now this, well, due to Tsunade working for a few weeks on Shin does progressively get worse, but eventually is fully healed. At this, he reaches his peak, and is actually able to more or less, like, well, he's able to get a lot stronger. And Sasuke, well, approaches Tsunade, is now, well, there's going to be very few people who know the future. Just this was named 7, so 3, 4, 5, 6, then Jiraiya, 7, and then we would have now Tsunade, who's 8. So, Tsunade, well, they tell her, she's like, "Oh, that explains how you know how to find me pretty easily." And, well, they also convince her to give them some help with the immortality thing. But then Sasuke also brings up Itachi's sickness and how to heal it. Or what disease it was after just a bit of an analysis in the future. This Tsunade does actually do a check up on Itachi, making up a lie, saying, "Oh, there's a disease, he has a disease, it's not like fully potent yet, but it'll become very lethal once he gets older." Those parents more or less don't try to pay for the treatment, but Tsunade gives it for free. Now with this, Itachi's fully healed and will never get sick. Even if he does, the medicine's there and a lot better. And now they're able to coax Orochimaru back to the village via Jiraiya, telling him that he's willing to help him with immortality, saying he's not even in the Hidden Leaf that much. He wants his best friend back. Orochimaru doesn't believe this until Jiraiya actually offers up a few secrets. Well, the secrets are outdated because, well, they're from Sai from like 2-3 years ago. So with this, well, Orochimaru's eventually brought back to Leaf sneakily, but then he's captured, and then he questions why he's captured, why there's kids here. But then Orochimaru's told about this basically the immortality thing, and Orochimaru's shocked that this would work. It would. He has the technology to do so, and the ability to do so, but not enough chakra. But now Naruto holds up his hand, and actually says he can control the Nine-Tails power, so he's willing to give him the chakra. Orochimaru would immediately bring Naruto and everyone else back to his base, because, well, they're going to help him. So, immediately, well, Kabuto and Sound 4 are like skeptical, but then Orochimaru's helped get immortality, or pseudo-immortality. It can last for at least 2 centuries. So Orochimaru can be immortal for around, he can have extended lifespan for around 200 years, which he accepts this. And if he keeps studying it, he can become fully immortal. But now with this, Orochimaru owes them, which immediately he sends Town 4 to kill them, but Naruto drops them all like they're nothing. Even Kimimaro. And Kabuto. And he's just using like a basic Four Tails cloak. So yeah. If you guys are crying, this would be your brother. I'm not letting him in my room, so I put something in front of my door. And I'm just mad at it because I heard him hit it. So if you guys are crying, this him. He's mad. I won't let him in my room. But back to this. Orochimaru's kind of shocked and realizes he can't really force his way out of this. And well, now he does owe them officially. So with this, well, his things become an ally of the Leaf. Now with this, well, Orochimaru is forced to basically give a lot of financial compensation to, like, just the, like, first what he does is basically just free everyone from his, like, well, if they're not dangerous, so if he doesn't deem them dangerous, then he quite literally will just set them free. If they're too dangerous, then they're basically killed or put in prison. But otherwise, he sells the compounds to whatever village is nearest, and that's enough money to actually financially compensate a lot of the families in Hidden Leaf. This compensation is enough, but still, it's enough to pay for at least most of his jail years off. He only has to spend 1 year in jail, alongside the ones at his base, or his base is. At this point, well, Sasuke actually pointed out about Karin, saying that he didn't see her there, so she must have been somewhere else. Sakura points out that Karin was actually from the Land of Grass. Which is when Kakashi says that he has to go on a mission near there anyway, he'll find her. But with this, Kakashi would leave on a mission, go find her, and bring her back to the Hidden Leaf. Then, well, Jugo was already locked up, so was Kimimaro. No, Kimimaro wouldn't be locked up yet. Well, no, he would, but Jugo wouldn't be. So, with this, Orochimaru brings up that thing about Jugo and how he's heard about him. So, they're basically going to find Jugo. Now with this, 1 year's taken up. When the 1 year passes, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura are 5 years old, Sai is 7, and now, well, I have to pause real quick. So, everyone else is 5 years old, Sai is 6, no, he's 7, wait, no. He's 6. So I'm pretty sure when they're 4 previously, now since I was 5, everyone else is now they're 5, Sai's 6. So, yeah. Now with this, well, Sasuke actually began getting on Itachi's good side even more, and Keiichi knows how to do a multitude of fire-style jutsu, saying he broke into the Uchiha library and was began copying everything down. At this, he actually figured out that, well, he doesn't need death to awaken the Sharingan. He tells this to Itachi. Itachi would ask Sasuke how he knows this. Sasuke would say he watched one of the meetings, and I was able to read the stone tablet briefly. Which shocks Itachi, like, you have a Sharingan and something? Sasuke's like, no, it just seems vaguely familiar. When he actually reads out some of it, that was actually true, then Itachi was shocked, because Itachi is barely able to read it, same with Fugaku. So with this, well, this was when, like, Fugaku reveals this to his group, like, they don't need to advance their Sharingan through death, it can just be through strong emotion. Now this, they can be in engineering camps to more or less, like, just, well, put people in genjutsu if they're strong enough to withstand it. People, like, very rarely people died, or just mentally done being a shinobi or fighting. But it did happen. But this year they did a lot more 2 or 3 to 1 Sharingan. Even like 1 or 2 random Mangekyo Sharingan users that will remain miscellaneous. But the thing is, one of them is miscellaneous. It's Izumi. She's put under Genjutsu by Itachi and is able to awaken a Mangekyo Sharingan. And she did multiply her chakra. The thing that it was basically like kind of the same genjutsu he did in canon, but it lasted a lot longer. Same genjutsu he did was more or less make her live out her whole life with Itachi in a few seconds. But this genjutsu lasts around an hour and wouldn't kill her. But still, just through sheer happiness, she was able to awaken a 2 Tomoe Sharingan, then through training, awaken a 3 Tomoe, then with another genjutsu, a Mangekyo. Itachi awakened his Mangekyo via Shisui, but it did take out one of Shisui's eyes, not like rip it out, but like it kind of disabled it for a while. This fucking fly, I'm gonna kill it. Okay, so Goku, nonetheless, that fucking fly, I thought I killed it. Threw it at a wall and everything. Pause. Okay, so yeah, so Itachi awakened Mangekyo via Shisui, but Shisui is now out of one eye for a while. But Sasuke, well, he advanced to Sharingan really quickly. He knew how to do so. Sasuke, by the time he's already 5 years old, already has a 2 Tomoe Sharingan, became the youngest Uchiha to awaken a Sharingan. And well, Itachi just deems Sasuke is extremely skilled, maybe even a bigger prodigy than him. We have Naruto, who more or less was able to free Kurama, meet Minato. Same thing happened. Just, well, not same thing. The first half of the conversation was different. It was like Naruto just revealing the whole future thing to Minato. Him and Kurama just bond immediately because they're already bonded. They're friends. So Minato was more or less happy to see his kid conquer the Nine Tails as a small kid. He's happy to see that, yes, he did it as an adult too, but now he's able to do it as a child, which makes it even more impressive. Then meets Kushina. Kushina's the whole future thing, and conversation will go the same as in canon. Kushina just hugs Naruto, and happy to be able to hug her quote-unquote baby, even though he's like a 30-year-old man. But, yeah. And the academy, Naruto is not the bottom of the class, but also he's able to get Danzo to let go of Sai and Shin. But how old is Shin? Alright, so in this one, I put Shin at like the same age as Itachi. So, because I don't know how old he is canonically, but I'm going to put him at Itachi's age. So, yeah. And with this, well, the academy students will, due to Kakashi and Yamamoto's influence, Sai is put in the academy, and Shin is put in the academy as well, but more than the upperclassmen. So, yeah. And Naruto is actually very great friends with all the Konoha 12. Naruto similarly shouldn't be as in canon. He even befriends Rock Lee. Through power, befriends Neji. And, well, just through knowing what Tenten likes, befriends her. And Sasuke, Sakura, Sai do the same thing. Neji hates Sasuke for being in Uchiha Elite. Sasuke does reveal that he thinks the Byakugan may be stronger than the Sharingan. It's just, well, the Uchiha trained the Sharingan to be different. But, say that he thinks the clan should get along better. Like, Sasuke just wants peace, no matter what branch of his clan he is. Which does shock Neji. He thought all the main branch members of clans were like Hiyashi, but Sasuke proves him different. With this, Sasuke and Neji get along great. And remember, Rock Lee would prove, thinks that Sasuke just random prodigy, but he puts in hard work more than using his prodigy ability. Which Rock Lee is proven, what's proven to Rock Lee. And Naruto's quite literally the definition of prodigy. But also quite the literal definition of hard work. And then, he does still have a crush on Sakura, but Sakura's able to persuade him to like Tenten, saying that she's more his style. So yeah. But Rock Lee, being close to Tenten, doesn't know that he shouldn't annoy her that much, but more or less would do things that she does appreciate. Neji has no interest in Tenten, so it doesn't really matter. Wait, you cannot convince me that Tenten is not Metal Lee's mom at all. You cannot convince me. I will believe it till the day I die. I don't care who it's revealed as. I will say it is Tenten. But, yeah. So, everyone in Konoha 12 are now friends. Neji isn't friends with everyone. He kind of makes everyone hate him. But still, he's still somewhat friends with some of them. The only person he's not friends with is like Mikey and... Not Mikey, I mean. I was looking at my screen and I saw Mikey's name. He's not friends with Kiba or Shikamaru and Toji. Because, he's a dick. That's simply just it. He's a dick. Pause real quick. So, basically, Neji's a dick. That's where he left off, because everyone is friends, just not Neji with a select few people. Naruto's able to basically make Neji and Hinata get along again. Naruto's able to basically tell Hinata he has a crush on her, but Hinata's like, I have a crush on you too. So, yeah. But Naruto still helped out Hinata through basically every single way he did in canon. Each time he would get beaten up, or each time he should have gotten beaten up, he gives the hands with Johnny level accuracy. So, yeah. Even the handsome Mizuki, when Mizuki came into the classroom, he gave the handsome Mizuki with the utmost disrespect. When Mizuki came in, Naruto just said that Mizuki didn't like him. He was like, yeah, I hate you. Then Naruto was like, alright, let's go outside, we're on the ones, and I'll fade you, we can go back inside. So they do just that. Mizuki gets faded, Naruto's back inside, and Mizuki's left outside, and just kind of just the fetal form, and just realizing that a 5-year-old gave him the hands with the utmost disrespect on the Kage level scale. So, yeah. But now, there's not much to do right now. I guess we just go through life. The Uchiha Massacre doesn't happen due to Sasuke basically telling them that Fugaku's plotting a coup, telling Izumi, Itachi, and Shisui selectively. He just warned him about Danzo's Danzo. He just said he sent chakra from Danzo that emitted chakra of a Sharingan. Mainly from his eye, which, when Shisui and Itachi heard that, like, oh, you can sense chakras? Sasuke like, oh yeah, Naruto taught me how. It's sort of like the time the Uchiha Massacre was supposed to happen. Instead, well, when Shisui went to meet with Danzo, Shisui was more or less being guarded, not guarded, but from the shadows, was being protected by Sasuke, Izumi, and Itachi. So the Aburame user was going to basically poison Shisui. A kunai is sent right into his throat by Sasuke. But then when Danzo basically realizes that Shisui's paralyzed, well, Shisui actually does give the hands to Danzo, or try to. But then Izumi and Itachi jump in, and Danzo is faded. The other shinobi there, well, Sasuke handles them when they're not nearly expecting it. Now with this, Danzo is immediately thrown off the cliff, and before he can use Izanagi, Sasuke appeared in front of him, snatching out his eye, and disappearing again. When he reappears, well, Itachi and Sasuke Itachi and Izumi and Shisui are like, was that the body flicker jutsu? Where'd you learn that? Sasuke's like, Naruto. He can blame Naruto for quite literally everything he knows. That's really it. Like Naruto's whole reason he got more powerful. That's like one of the main reasons Sasuke got more powerful because of Naruto and Itachi. That's really it. Like, he can blame on Itachi or Naruto, one of the two, and Naruto is the best option currently. So they don't know how powerful Naruto is if Sasuke is learning from him. With this, Sasuke would hand the eye, hold his hand to, just hold the eye to Shisui. Shisui would question why. And Sasuke basically say that when he senses chakra, it feels very familiar to Shisui. Now, chakra is more or less a genetic thing, or a, spiritual thing. And, well, I'm pretty sure the Sharingan user that Sharingan belonged to originally was Shisui's grandfather. So, Shisui does take the eye and just tear out his other eye and put it in, which would give him, a one internal Mangekyo Sharingan. He does realize that you can't go blind from it. He feels more powerful than everything. With this, well, he summons a crow, puts the different Sharingan in that crow. Now, Danzo is dead. He's thrown off a cliff and can use Izanagi. He's dead. And Shisui reported the whole thing to Hiruzen. Hiruzen realized that the Uchiha are kind of calming down. They're just getting more powerful fast. That's really it. They're not planning a coup or anything. Shisui did reveal they were, but then his Tournament Gekyo Genjutsu them all. So with this, this is explaining why his old friend was missing one Sharingan, and Danzo's covered one eye. So with this, Hiruzen does recover Danzo's body and the Anbu's body, and Root is disbanded. Now with this, they're all brought back into, first off, they're put under Orochimaru's command, and Orochimaru is released currently. So he's more or less running operations in the Hidden Leaf Hospital, and the basement of the basement. And most of Tsunade is helping him with experiments, and Jiraiya is getting ingredients for him. Well, Naruto still works at Ichiraku and in the academy. Karin is more or less Naruto's roommate, and they're not going to date. She's more like Naruto's sister. That's kind of it. Because, they're both Uzumaki. And Naruto, he already knew, pretty sure as an adult he knew most Hidden Leaf Jutsu. I'm trying to fact check this real quick. So I can't find any sources that Naruto knows all the Jutsu in the Hidden Leaf, but there's a few YouTube videos saying he might know them because, first off, his Jutsu is elite. He's the best in Hidden Leaf, at least compared to Sasuke. Maybe not Might Guy or Rock Lee, but there's the three exceptions. And then, Gaara is also stated to be on Naruto's level with Taijutsu. But I'm pretty sure it's stated in one of the Naruto Hiden novels, if he has one, like a Hiden novel or a data book. One of those two, because those facts aren't really more or less stated. They're more or less just told through videos because people read them. I can never find info on them for the Naruto wiki. Never can. No one is talking about Shikamaru's ridiculous strength as an adult, but never mind. Assuming that Naruto doesn't know all the jutsu of Konoha, then, this kid's broken. He can do quite literally every single jutsu, probably not. It's not like a genetic Kikigenkai, if it's just like a clan accessory Kikigenkai, then he can do it pretty easily. So, yeah. Suppose he has a shit ton of jutsu we've seen him do, it's just there's too many to list. They're variants of different jutsu, but still there's a lot of them. So we have Sasuke and Sakura who are able to, Sasuke's not able to, Sakura's not able to yet. Their bodies are too small and young to handle it. Sai clearly just doesn't have enough chakra. Kakashi is just chilling. So is Yamato. Naruto, if you say he has too little chakra, this man is stated to have more chakra than Hyuga by the time he's 12 years old. And he barely ever trained. This Naruto trains like hell. because he doesn't know his body needs to be strong. So yeah. But we basically should go on to more or less just Naruto, and then when they're all around, like, I guess when they're 12 would be the next best step. When they're 12, well, Hinata, with Naruto's help, actually grew a lot stronger, even with Neji's help. And with this, well, Hinata got a lot stronger compared to Hanabi. He's able to, like, defeat her. Which does actually give her access to the main branch. But she does say she refuses to be in the branch. Not branch, I mean. Be in the main house unless Neji joins with her. Mainly, she's like, no, you can't join us, he's a branch clan member. Hinata basically says that, just like, aired out all of her dirty secrets immediately, saying she's dating Naruto Uzumaki, Neji's her best friend, Neji's like her brother, she's best friends with Sasuke Uchiha, she's friends with people from rival clans, she just says that everything that Hiyashi hates and she enjoys. Hiyashi would say, do you want to be banned from the clan? She's like, I prefer being banned and being forced to marry Neji in like 5 years. So Hiyashi's like, why though? Our Byakugan needs to be pure. And he's like, fuck the Byakugan. We can have one Byakugan. Like, the Byakugan will always stay in our clan, and we'll only have one, or occasionally get two. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. By the way, and pretty sure it was Itachi Shisui Hiden. Shisui and Itachi were bodied by a one-eyed Hyuga member. Not one-eyed, but a one Byakugan Hyuga member. Using the Anbu, but still. Powerful. That nigga cut a fireball in half. But, back to this. So, Naruto, nonetheless, would proceed to keep Hinata. Hinata's just kind of threatening to leave the Hyuga, and she's this powerful. She actually lets her back in, and with this, Neji has to join the main family, which she's shocked by, that Hinata wouldn't join the main family if Neji couldn't come with her. And Naruto's now kind of called the Hyuga Prince, because now he's Hinata's boyfriend. Hinata has proved to love Naruto very much. Plus, he's proved to be stronger than Hinata by yards and miles. Even he's beaten Hiyashi a few times. But he still doesn't want the title of clan head. Instead, due to him and Kari meeting the Hidden Leaf, well, there's two Uzumaki, and, well, Tsunade's is technically in the Hidden Leaf too, and she's an Uzumaki, like a quarter Uzumaki, but still, she's an Uzumaki. So Naruto is pronounced the clan head of the Uzumaki clan due to him being stronger, with chakra nonetheless, so... Yeah, he's part of the clan council now. Plus, Danzo's dead. They need one council spot to be filled up, and well, not just perfect. Tsunade would join, but she has no interest in these old farts. I guess that'd be her words, but she's old as well. And due to Jiraiya, she's saying Hilly just because Orochimaru's there. Well, Jiraiya's a little bit stronger and trains Naruto a lot, but does get proven. It's proven very quickly that Naruto's stronger than all Sanin himself. So yeah, by the time they're 12, well, nonetheless they go with their respective sensei. Sasuke actually wants to train with Orochimaru. Orochimaru permits it just because Sasuke is proven to be one of the strongest shinobi of his generation. Sakura will train with Tsunade, and she already planned to. Tsunade already planned to train her. I missed that wasn't. Tsunade already planned to train Sakura because she knows about the future thing, and well, it'd be wrong if she didn't train Sakura. Then Jiraiya knows about it, and already planned to train Naruto. They already trained a few times. It's just he could with his training, Naruto's body could bulk up a bit faster, and Naruto could get stronger a lot faster. Sasuke's already plenty strong with training from Itachi and Shisui and Fugaku, but still. But now we more or less move on to what was it? Oh yeah, I forgot to go over one thing with the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan thing. Well, with that, Itachi and Sasuke had an idea to basically just to swap Sharingan, and they did just that. Well, when Sasuke was big enough. So all Sasuke has to do is awaken his Mangekyo Sharingan, and then he has Eternal Mangekyo right off the bat. Fugaku's told about it by Itachi. Now Fugaku and Miko still do it, because she's a full-blooded Uchiha. Kind of gross, but still. So with this, now Fugaku has, pretty sure in the anime he had a Mangekyo, but I don't care. It's now canon for my story. He has Eternal Mangekyo. All Miko has to do is just, get her own Eternal Mangekyo. We'll get a Mangekyo, then it's automatically eternal. But she just needs one more eye from someone related to him, and then he has two Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Still, doesn't really matter. More or less, he trains that one eye, not in Sharingan Mangekyo abilities, but just to more or less like just be accessible in any way possible. But back to Naruto. So he's more or less with Jiraiya, and well, Team 7 never needs to form. Kakashi does know this. But instead, well, Naruto's more or less distressed people, so every other team is formed, just Naruto's not on, well, Team 7. Team 7 doesn't exist. It's more like Kakashi, Yamato, Sai, and Shin as like one Anbu squad, plus Itachi and Shisui. Kakashi, he actually has all the knowledge and power of himself in Boruto, and I don't think he's like on Itachi's level currently, because Itachi's fully healthy with an Eternal Mangekyo. So Sasuke isn't like doesn't know Kakashi isn't more powerful, but comparable. So still, Kakashi also being able to awaken his Mangekyo and use it perfectly, it's pretty impressive. Plus Naruto's body is kind of reset, and all you need to do is be put in a situation that kill him, and then they can, and Sasuke as well, they can meet the Sage again and get the Sage power back. Actually, no, if they didn't lose it, they can just get double Sage power. So, yeah. But they have really no need to use their Sage power for a long time, and, well, if they get strong enough, my guy will not need to use the 8 gates. So Naruto did give Kakashi a little bit of a gift that he was going to use on my guy. Use his Sage power to basically, use half of it, to be able to give Kakashi the ability to turn off his Sharingan, which Kakashi does appreciate, because that drained chakra a lot, and he got tired of wearing his headband over one eye. So, yeah. And Sasuke, well, more or less, is hanging on to his Sage power in case he needs to awaken in Rinnegan. Well, he can awaken at any moment if he chooses to. So, yeah. Well, Sasuke and Sakura are dating currently, because why wouldn't they? And Sai also, did him being in the academy for a bit, is dating Ino. So, yeah. They all are dating their respective person, not respective. Yeah. So with this, well, Naruto proceeds to explore the ninja world with Jiraiya for a few years, few months, till the end Wave's mission, which actually doesn't happen. Naruto was able to trick Jiraiya to go along the route of the Land of Waves. They actually encounter Gato and his men, defeat them all, and then with this, well, there's no need for Land of Waves to suffer anymore. The money that they took is all put back. Zabuza is still hired, but this time he actually has to fight Jiraiya and Naruto. But realizing Jiraiya's assigning, well, Zabuza knows he has no chance. Haku fights Naruto, loses horribly. And Zabuza then fights Jiraiya, loses horribly. And they leave with their lives intact. But they're encouraged to head to him leave, because if they return anywhere else, they may be killed. So they head to him leave for safety. Demon Brothers are beaten up by Naruto himself, and they more or less just retreat somewhere else. Sasuke with Orochimaru. Well, first off, Kimimara's disease is healed by Tsunade. It's very similar to Shin's disease and Itachi's disease, I'm pretty sure. Because, like, what people call it is basically ninja AIDS or tuberculosis, which I prefer calling it ninja AIDS, because tuberculosis is easier to explain, but ninja AIDS is funny, so. That's what those three had, ninja AIDS. And that one random Aburame that poisoned Shisui gave him ninja AIDS via bug. But still. We kind of just go over to guess Sasuke. So with Orochimaru, he has his own shinobi at his disposal, and they're all at least like Chunin or Jonin. But not Naruto. The squad that Sasuke is assigned to via Orochimaru, that they say sends on missions for like resources or just to make sure that his camps are being put into proper use. Not camps, his bases. The group is mainly Sasuke, Kimimaro, Jugo, and Suigetsu. Suigetsu was not returned to the Hidden Leaf. He's more or less kept in the Hidden Leaf due to just the fact that he was just able to persuade him to stay there due to the fact that if he's put in the hidden sand, he may be a bigger turn than what Orochimaru did to him, which he does not want. So, yeah. We just go back to Naruto, and shooting exams come up, and Naruto still doesn't encounter Gaara. This time, Kankuro was not attacking Konohamaru. Konohamaru, well, with the help of Naruto, Konohamaru trains with him and Jiraiya constantly. And Jiraiya was able to get info on the Sand Orphans via Naruto actually going out and invading the Hidden Rain. Did I say Sand Orphans, or did I say Rain? Be able to get info on the Rain Orphans via Naruto by sneaking into the Hidden Rain. Then him being able to be a master shinobi, a Kage level shinobi at that, the strongest Kage shinobi. He's able to get in there undetected, even if he was. He can give the hands to anyone with disrespect, so it doesn't matter. Now with this, Naruto's able to nonetheless get all the info he needs, and Jiraiya is able to confirm that Naruto and Konoha are alive. But Naruto being thinking about the passive pain abilities. Well, Jiraiya doesn't know about it, but Naruto doesn't give away too much. He didn't go over like the whole like. He went over what he does basically. He's fighting someone that transported him here. He doesn't give like the whole full truth. Like he knows about the war and up, and that's about it. So nothing about Naruto as an adult. All he knows is that Naruto fought someone strong. But yeah, well, that's the same thing. Same thing with Tsunade, but so Jiraiya more or less Naruto does explain the passive pain ability to Jiraiya again. Jiraiya's like, oh, so that's Yahiko's corpse that they're using as a puppet, which is very disgraceful. So Jiraiya isn't encouraged to do anything until he's strong enough. By the way, he is encouraged to master stage mode because Naruto can already do it pretty easily at that. But yeah. But yeah. So Naruto and Gaara. Well, if Konohamaru was going to bump into Kankuro would get the hands with disrespect on a god level ability. Like Konohamaru can do Rasengan currently. Like he got the Naruto Chunin exams training. He got that training. He may be like 10, but still he got the training. You know, I think he's like 7 or 8, but still he got the training, and it was decently do like a Rasengan, not a big one but a small one. So now we just go forward, and we move on to just Naruto encountering Gaara. He encounters them. Well, Gaara does flex his bloodlust, because Naruto is obviously able to sense him. But he flexes his bloodlust back. And when he does this, Gaara is immediately overwhelmed and almost passes out through sheer fear. But Naruto was actually able to put Gaara under Genjutsu that felt like it lasted hours, but in reality lasted a few seconds. What the Genjutsu is more or less Naruto explaining to Gaara how he knows Chukaku and how him and Gaara should be best friends because, well, oh no. All I can really say is just that Naruto, that the tailed beasts are brothers, and that can make Naruto and Gaara kind of just siblings in a way. But Naruto would be the stronger sibling and the older brother. Gaara actually being happy that there's someone stronger than him that can contain his power. Well, when he hears this, Shakuyu would even encourage Gaara to tell him about the Konoha invasion plan. I'm kidding. Guys. Okay, I'm honestly kidding, because I would not forget that. Naruto doesn't have... There's no Konoha crushing order. Orochimaru is an ally of the Hidden Leaf. He lives in the Hidden Leaf. So, there's no need. But, yeah. But, Orochimaru, nonetheless, would not have a Konoha crush plan. There's no need to have one. Him and Hyuga are best friends again. Well, not best friends, but they're friends again. And Jiraiya and Orochimaru basically go out for drinks every once in a while. So, yeah. But Naruto, nonetheless, well, Gaara does actually, like, something is just broken. Gaara just tells everyone back away from Naruto. Tomorrow, Kankuro asks why. He's like, Naruto's in possession of the 9 tails. I'm only in possession of the 1 tails. I hear that they're more shocked that they bumped into the 9 tails Jinchuriki. That's how Gaara knows this, and how he wasn't just tricked to the Genjutsu. And Gaara says, the power he exuded, well, my tail basically said that with the 9 tails. And he seems to be a master of Jinchuriki as well, so he can probably wipe out a whole village by himself if he chooses to, like me. Just because Gaara can, he can turn into a tailed beast. But, yeah. But, nonetheless, we go over to Naruto and the Chunin exams. Chunin exams, well, Rock Lee just still try to attack, like, just Sasuke to make sure he's in training, not because, well, they're best friends. Rock Lee doesn't attack him just, like, more or less impress Sakura, or, like, just to prove that he's stronger. No, just make sure Sasuke has been training. With how fast Sasuke grows in power, what Rock Lee doesn't know is it'd be, like, basically impossible to surpass Sasuke. So when Rock Lee does go for a punch, Rock Lee's punch is caught by Sasuke like it's nothing. Rock Lee does realize there's not even a Sharingan activated, which does shock Rock Lee, but still, if Sasuke's as strong without a Sharingan, doesn't want to encounter full Sharingan Sasuke. Though Sasuke does have a Mangekyo currently, he's just hiding it from everyone, just on his team. Being Sai, Naruto, Sakura, Yamato, Kakashi. But, Naruto would nonetheless just go into the exam hall and be able to pass it like it's nothing. So would most of, others, his team. Because what they're more sitting as a team of four is they don't really have a sensei. They're more or less just a group of strong genin. Well, they probably wouldn't be in a group at all. They work too well as a team. So Sai is put on team what was it? He's on team Inashika Cho, so he can work together with them pretty easily. He does say he can figure it out halfway through. Pause real quick. We have Sakura. He's going to be put on team Lee. Sakura's power is just like Sakura's probably on the level of like mid Shippuden Sakura. So, by the way, that was not me calling Shippuden mid. That's like the middle of Shippuden. So like on the level of that power. And keep in mind she's 12. So yeah. Then we have Sasuke, who's going to be put on team. There's not much getting teams, are there? Inashika Cho and Team Gaara filled up. So, yes, Sasuke can be put on Team Kurenai. Well, Naruto more or less insists that he can be on the team on his own. So, they believe that. And Naruto proceeds to be Team Naruto. Which he can do. He can do that pretty easily at that. Naruto basically goes to the forest, still has to use the bathroom, finds the three shinobi, beats the hell out of them, goes to the forest. Sasuke would not encounter Orochimaru. Even more or less encounters Dosu, like, oh, hey, Dosu. And it's like, oh, Sasuke, hi. And then with that, they kind of go their separate ways. They all find their scrolls that they need. And now with this, well, I don't know what to say. They pass, I guess. With the preliminaries, same fights as in canon. It's just, well, little Team Dosu loses every fight they're put in. And then Gaara versus Lee obliterates easily, and this Lee's a lot stronger. This Lee is like Shippuden Lee. Like, they're all comparable to their Shippuden counterparts besides Team 7. They're all on the level of their Boruto level selves. Like, Team 7 is the only ones that are too powerful for their own good. Or at least this team that you see on the screen, they're all on like their Boruto counterparts. Well, everyone else is on like their Shippuden counterparts. So Rock Lee obliterates Gaara. And then we just go on to guess the 1 month of training. Sasuke more or less would pretend to unlock his Mangekyo via Shisui and Itachi and Izumi, because Izumi and Itachi are like openly dating. Sasuke doesn't know they're openly dating because they're openly loud at night. But, yeah. And, well, Naruto and Hinata, they more or less just progress their relationship. We have to go on to, like, I guess just past the 1 month. Well, Naruto already knew how to summon, knew how to use Sage Mode, everything. So, nothing important really happened during that time. And what the important thing that happened, I guess, is the matches. So, Guessing Naruto versus Neji. Neji's one-shot pretty easily. Rock Lee not Rock. Yeah, actually, it'd be Rock Lee versus Sasuke. Sasuke just realized that Rock Lee's a lot stronger because Rock Lee was training with Might Guy the whole 1 month, like barely even took a break. So Rock Lee at this point would open up to the 7th gate, not using the 8th because that'd kill him, but 7th gate is his full power. Well, it's not his full power. The 8th gate is his full power. But he'd use 7th gate, and now we'd see just basically Rock Lee go up 7th gate. As the fight starts, he goes up to gate 7. Before Sasuke can even use a Sharingan, Sasuke is quickly pumped right in the gut and knocked out. We would have shocked everyone that saw that Rock Lee's able to do it that fast. But still, Sasuke loses. Sasuke doesn't know why Rock Lee didn't want to give Sasuke the chance to go full power, which was the smart choice. If Sasuke went full power, Rock Lee would die. So yeah. But by the way, first one, Kakashi, he more or less took over Danzo's position, overruling the Anbu. Like he's like the Anbu of like the Anbu captain, the Anbu captain. But he's able to match the same Kamui abilities as Obito, like even grow in power that can be comparable to Obito, even surpassing it. Which couldn't more or less probably be comparable to Itachi currently, because Itachi has Eternal Mangekyo. Well, I guess that it wouldn't be comparable. It'd be a lot stronger because the only thing that changes Itachi isn't going blind. Which he's not sick, so he is a lot stronger. This is Sasuke and Itachi. What's that mean? Itachi and Sasuke. Sasuke. Itachi and Kakashi are equals. You know, Shisui is below them both. And then we have Izumi, who's like the bottom of the barrel for the Mangekyo group. Due to Kakashi mastering the Kamui ability, Itachi does find him being a troubling opponent. So, yeah. Well, we have a fucking 12-year-old Naruto surpassing Hashirama. But, yeah. Konoha Crush doesn't happen. Hidden Sand doesn't plan a rebellion. It's the fights just go on, and whoever would let me just go over to the fights real quick. Pause. Preliminaries. Sasuke wins. Preliminaries. Shino wins. Kankuro wins. Sakura wins. Tenten wins. Yeah, she probably would with her advanced strength. But then Shikamaru wins. Naruto claps. Hinata will actually tie with Neji. It's a draw. Hinata gives a spot to Neji. Rock Lee versus Gaara. Rock Lee rapes. Then Choji versus Dosu. Choji rapes. Naruto versus Neji. Neji's one shot. Tamari versus Shikamaru. Shikamaru obliterates like it's nothing. And, well, this is Gaara versus, not Gaara, Sasuke versus Lee. Lee powered up too fast and hit Sasuke in the gut fast enough to knock him out. With this, well, we more or less move on to different fights. It's now going to be Rock Lee versus Shikamaru. Rock Lee is simply very fast because he doesn't know the scope of Shikamaru's full power. But still, due to Shikamaru using shadows really fast, Rock Lee is paralyzed for the whole exam. And as Rock Lee does try to break out of it using the gates, Rock Lee is put in Shadow Triangle Jutsu and choked out. Shikamaru wins. Then it's going to be Naruto versus Choji. Choji loses. Then it's going to be Neji versus... Wait, no. Neji's one shot. Tenten versus Sakura. Sakura obliterates. Kankuro versus Shino. Shino obliterates. Sasuke is out, actually, so... Yeah, so just back down. Pause real quick. So now Naruto versus Shikamaru. Naruto obliterates. Then we'd have so the person that beat Rock Lee lost. Then Shikamaru just lost. Naruto just won. Choji just lost. Rock Lee just lost. No, actually Rock Lee is still in the game. Rock Lee lost. So it'd be I guess the winners of the fight would be Naruto and Sakura, and yeah, just Naruto and Sakura would be the final fight. So, wait, actually, no, with that over here. So Naruto versus Sakura, and yeah, Sakura and just Sakura. So when Naruto and Sakura do exchange blows for a bit, with Naruto holding back, and eventually he does win. So there's really no hope. But yeah, so there's no Konoha Crush, and Naruto is able to strengthen Gaara's seal before he leaves the village. So Gaara's seal being strengthened, he thanks Naruto, and Naruto is doing Gaara into his mindscape, helping Gaara conquer Shukaku in like a day or two. This Gaara became a truly perfect Jinchuriki, able to use Shukaku's power at will, even befriend him. So Gaara at this point is on the level that he is, and out the war arc. So pretty impressive, like the beginning war arc, not like using his mother's protection war arc, but yeah. So like beginning war arc power, because he can use Tilly's power to his own accord. Plus it's his friend. So yeah. Now with this, there'd be no need for Tsunade retrieval arc, no need for Sasuke retrieval arc. This whole thing's over. This whole beginning of the anime is over. Now we're pushed into we're pushed to Shippuden. This time it's more like 2 years and like I guess almost 3. So we'd more or less go on to let's say I guess the first arc would probably be like the Kazekage retrieval. Both of them, there's no need for a retrieval. Gaara murders. He can murder. He doesn't. He defeats Deidara and Sasori like there's nothing. Kankuro even defeats Sasori himself. Kankuro and Chio do. Then Gaara himself easily manhandles Deidara. Deidara is able to break through the sand. He can get the hands like a god. As well as Shippuden, Gaara's a lot stronger than he is in canon, so the hands are given. And yeah. So Sasori and Deidara are both dead. So the Tenchi Bridge information is given. The Tenchi Bridge doesn't happen, because the only information given is on the Akatsuki, so there's no Tenchi Bridge information. The Akatsuki suppression mission will probably be next. Pause real quick. So Akatsuki suppression. Shikamaru, Asuma, Ino, and Choji, plus, well, I guess Ino and Choji wouldn't be on this mission, so it'd be just Shino, Asuma, basically the same group. Shino and Asuma are a lot more powerful individually. Because Asuma trains with someone who can use Rasengan, being Konohamaru. Konohamaru is like low Jonin at his full power, which is still pretty challenging. I had to pause one more time, sorry. Okay, so Naruto would more or less just well, not Naruto, Team Asuma. Now what? But he's one because to replace Choji and Ino. Well, Sai is also replaced by that one random Nara. Sai is on Team Asuma now. Well, Shikamaru nonetheless. Well, they're all a lot more powerful. There's no need for any of them to leave the village. They can all stay in the village and get the same amount of training as we did over the time skip. Which actually Naruto did not need training, unless he trained his friends. So Shikamaru's on the level he is as an adult. So Shikamaru, plus his better knowledge of chakra, will almost fucking one-shot Kakuzu. Almost. If it wasn't for the 5 hearts, Kakuzu would be dead. Because Kakuzu can take that chakra-fueled punch and get him flying. That destroyed his main heart. Now the other 4 hearts that end up shooting out his back, and now he can use this. Well, not all of them, like one of them stays. But the 3 that left, well, immediately Shadows would pierce right through them. As even Asuma is shocked. He knew Shikamaru was powerful, but not this powerful. Kakuzu is supposedly an S-rank shinobi. So Shikamaru is proving to be beyond S-rank. Immediately Kakuzu and Shikamaru be in hand-to-hand combat, and Shikamaru is raping. Like, easily. He is, like, breaking bones in Kakuzu's body that Kakuzu didn't even know could break this easily. But eventually his final heart, well, just he gets fisted through the chest, and that's his final heart done. So, yeah. Now, Hidan does fight Asuma, but it's actually more of a one-sided fight. Hidon can't get close to Asuma, can't even get a scrape in on him. But when he does, well, Shikamaru basically just holds him in place using Shadow Strangle, making him pass out. Eventually with this, well, with Hidon being passed out, same as Asuma, well, they're able to remove the jutsu on Asuma when they got the hidden leaf, due to Hidon being captured the whole time. So, yeah. Now with this, Hidon is able to, well, first off, he's not tortured, but basically he's put under multiple genjutsu while the jutsu on Asuma's being broken if it's placed on him, too. So, if, like, they do something mentally challenging to Hidon, it's removed via Asuma. Well, it's removed on Asuma while it stays on Hidon. You realize he's not torturing other person. No, Asuma's being saved while Hidon is just forced to endure this torture. And so with this, one of the jutsu does reveal that no, Joshua isn't a god. He is, well, supposedly not really. He's not a god. It's just some crazy guy that supposedly made this religion up. But such a powerful genjutsu via Sasuke that it made Hidon give up all faith in Joshin. All he did was just become a shinobi for no reason. Hidon actually felt horrible about this, and well, first off, he breaks the jutsu on Asuma, and well, buries himself in a hole to basically just to lose all nutrition in his body to die. I guess we can just speed through the arcs like they're nothing now, because if there were any arcs, they're manhandled. So I guess the main arc would be Jiraiya's the arc that Jiraiya would die. But he learned mastered Sage Mode, because he never got to just train Naruto. It was just Jiraiya learning about Naruto's abilities via Naruto. So Jiraiya does fight all paths of pain, but obliterates them all pretty easily. And that was without perfect Sage Mode. Then when gets the Hyuga part, perfect Sage Mode is needed and defeats him pretty easily. But now, if you guys are wondering why I did it so easily, well, just sneakily. He just took them all out sneakily, plus Shadow Clones. So yeah. But now, well, Jiraiya doesn't spend time focusing on fighting Nagato. He just wanted to defeat Yayahiko's body so he can find it in peace. He didn't really go there to find info. He went there to basically defeat all the passive pain, just to prove to Nagato that he was weak compared to Jiraiya. He leaves, and well, Nagato didn't realize why Jiraiya was there until he just thought about it for a few minutes, just to realize that Jiraiya just wanted to flex. So that's about it. Well, and to prove that he knows where they are. But yeah. I guess we can go to like the pain assault. Plan assault, they take like random shinobi's bodies. Then the one that blows away the hidden leaf, or tries to. The moment he tries to use Almighty Push, the villagers surrounded it in a nine-tailed cloak. Or, like, you know how Naruto had protected the Chunin exam stadium using that nine-tailed power, or the Keisean power? Well, multiple clones did that around Konoha, and the village was not even pushed away or even grazed. Instead, the clone gets a giant tail through his chest and killed. Then the other Path of Pain are taken out via like random shinobi, being Sasuke and Itachi and Shisui, take them out. Then when Nakashi arrives, just to more or less just say that he's asking why they're so strong. Zetsu's even shocked that they're this strong. But Zetsu encounters Itachi, and Zetsu's immediately burned to death via Amaterasu. He can't escape it. Considering he can face the guard, he can probably escape it. But Zetsu barely escapes alive, but he encounters Sasuke. The moment Sasuke sees him, Sasuke would open one eye, revealing a Rinnegan, which just shocked Zetsu immediately. Black Zetsu at that. But then the Rinnegan Genjutsu's him, and the Genjutsu is so powerful that it kills Black Zetsu, which immediately saves a lot of time. But Obito was watching this as well because he was with Black Zetsu, or Toby was. But shocked to see Sasuke just kill Black Zetsu that easily. But then Obito begins trying to fight Sasuke. Sasuke manhandles Obito like it's nothing, until Kakashi would arrive. It was Kakashi versus Obito. Kakashi had learned the secret of the Kamui Dimension. He was able to do the same ability as Obito's via that he's basically aiming Kamui at himself by just moving one eye around and using it on his body parts. So it's very hard to do and very taxing to make sure he doesn't kill himself, but still he's able to do it. So it's very just takes a lot of control. Once when Obito is close enough, Kakashi would shove his arm right to the Kamui Dimension with a kunai in hand, and he stabs Obito right in the back. Not in a fatal spot, just in the back. This is Obito would be falling over. He's punched right in the face by Kakashi. His whole mask shattered, and he's knocked out. So, where was I? Oh yeah. So, this leads to Obito being apprehended, but he wakes up. He's in Kakashi's apartment, but Naruto and everyone else are outside. Naruto's outside the village, just like waiting for Obito to appear somewhere with clones surrounding the whole Land of Fire area. And then Kakashi just has one limb waiting in the Kamui Dimension. In case Obito is trying to escape, with a kunai in hand. He will kill Obito, but doesn't want to. So when Obito wakes up, he asks Kakashi how he did that, and Kakashi explains he's able to mimic Obito's ability via lots of control. So yeah. So this kind of just shocked Obito. Obito questioned what Kakashi knows about his abilities. Kakashi would explain he didn't need a team. He just needed to more or less just be in the Anbu. And he was able to hear about Obito's ability to do that via, what was it? I'm trying to think of the intangibility. Hear about Obito's intangibility. And now with that, well, he's just kind of thought of it because of his Kamui. He thought of it like, if your Kamui can, if my Kamui can make things intangible or go to a whole different dimension, that would be really hard unless it was you. So I began working the same ability because the only person that could have the similar ability to mine. So Obito's just shocked. Kakashi figured it out through that. Like, he knew Kakashi was smart, but that's smart to believe someone could escape death like that. You either really believable or smart. Well, naive and or smart. Yeah. Pause one more time. So Obito more or less just wanted to sort of escape, but Kakashi just basically didn't use a kunai to stab him to kill him, but more or less basically stabbed Obito right in the same spot, opening the wound again, and Obito would immediately just yelp in pain, going right back in front of Kakashi, realizing how the hell do you keep stabbing me with a kunai? Kakashi would just kind of reveal the whole thing you can escape. We have people outside the village to sense you. We have Naruto outside the village who's a fully mastered nine-tailed Jinchuriki, which Obito heard, oh hell no, nah, too much. So Obito is more or less realizing he's outpowered. Kakashi actually wants Obito back in the village. Obito's shocked, you want me back in the village after all I've done. And Kakashi's yeah, you can't really do anything anymore. You can call the Akatsuki here and you can kill them or apprehend them, but that's all you can do. Which Obito just realized that he's completely right. Obito realizing he's overwhelmed in power, immediately tries to do just that. So yeah. So as he does try to more or less become a, I don't know. All I can really say is that Kakashi would just, well, not Kakashi, Obito he's overwhelmed and can't really escape that. So I guess just with Kakashi being Obito being overwhelmed, all he does is call the Akatsuki there, being a snitch, and then they're all defeated. So yeah. So all the Akatsuki more or less being called there, they're all defeated, and they win. So, yes, like, it's not a competition. Naruto's outside the village as we speak. He was waiting for Obito to escape. Unless the Akatsuki arrive, they're defeated pretty easily. So, yeah. All that's left is to wait for Toneri's attack. That's really it. Nothing else important happens. Madara cannot be revived. Well, we have Nocto who's still around, but Nocto was just arrested and then healed by Tsunade. So, yeah. And with this, we can move on to just the Toneri thing. Oh, Toneri more or less being, I say this. Toneri more or less just needs to be abused the whole time. Like, the whole place, like, with the meteor thing, Naruto's just on Earth, just waiting for it to arrive, and then quite literally just holds up the Nine-Tails arm and grabs it. And, well, they still get this, so, like, everyone gets to the moon the same way, it's just, not the same way. Sasuke will probably get them there. So when we get there, well, I'm pretty sure Sasuke himself could just do it. Like, just Sasuke and Itachi head to the moon. And then Itachi just genjutsus the hell out of Toneri. Because, well, Toneri's not clones, but his puppets and himself were almost defeated, well, not defeated, killed by Naruto. Puppets were, Toneri barely escaped. So, yeah. I guess with this, we can just move on to, like, just, what else? I don't know. I guess we could go to Boruto. There's no infinite Tsukuyomi, so there's really no terror. But Naruto has made Hokage a lot earlier. Like the moment he turns 19, he's made Hokage. Because, well, there's really no need for him to wait any longer. He's this powerful. Plus, he knows where Kawaki is. He's able to grab him. Like he was able to grab Kawaki like a little bit before Boruto was born, because Kawaki's a little bit older than Boruto. Able to grab Kawaki. Boruto was born at the same time, same as Himawari. Not the same time as Himawari. Himawari was born at the same time as well. Sarada was born at the same time. Yeah. So Jigen needs to find someone else to take his karma seal. It's put in Miscellaneous Orphan. Miscellaneous Orphan is taught to fight. Miscellaneous Orphan encounters Hidden Leaf. And Miscellaneous Orphan has to encounter Kawaki. Kawaki gives Miscellaneous Orphan the hands. And, yeah. Kawaki is raised under the same roof as Naruto. Not Naruto. They're under the same roof as Boruto and Himawari. And he is raised alongside the Hyuga. Immediately as Naruto became the 6th Hokage, sixth Hokage. Tsunade would still be 5th. As soon as Naruto made 6th Hokage, taking position away from Kakashi, well, he made it the first rule to disband the Hyuga doing the no-no with their family. Same with Uchiha. Well, Sasuke already clan head, so he made that decision on his own. But yeah, most Hyuga were already straying from their gross tradition via Hinata's example, and Hanabi with Konohamaru when they're like 13. So yeah. So Kawaki gives around the time that yes, Ao would originally be the villain of the certain arc. We introduced Kawaki, but Ao was not the villain. It's miscellaneous person. And Miscellaneous Orphan defeats miscellaneous person. Kawaki encounters them with his team, as he's already a Chunin. Kawaki's old enough to be a Chunin. So Kawaki gives the hands to Miscellaneous Orphan, who defeated Miscellaneous Man. Miscellaneous 2 people, plus, not Miscellaneous 1 person, plus, Delta. Pretty sure that was her name. Kawaki fights her. Doesn't lose, but doesn't win. Kind of like just ties with her. I'm gonna replace all of Kawaki's abilities with a curse mark, a mastered curse mark. This is Naruto wanted Kawaki to have some form of power. So Orochimaru, plus Jugo being his teacher, and Jugo being able to calm down via Naruto beating the hell out of him each time he's enraged. He beat the piece into Jugo. He beat it into him. Like if Jugo were to go berserk, Konoha 12 put him in a bag immediately, and then he wakes up not a bag, but just put him to sleep. They give him the fate of a lifetime each time he goes berserk, and they beat the piece into him. There's no other option for Jugo besides turn and learn Sage Mode. He's already powerful enough. He goes berserk. So just so he doesn't go berserk, fades, and the piece is beaten into him. And then Jugo trains Kawaki so he doesn't go berserk. Beats the piece in Kawaki, and yeah. Sasuke doesn't get a curse mark by the way because there's no need for him to get one. This nigga can awaken a Rinnegan at any moment. Then they meet the Sage just via stabbing each other in the chest with their own respective attacks. And then this one, like, Kagura was like, "Did you guys almost kill each other just to meet me?" Like, "Yep, we know how to meet you. I have Sage power. We have half of it left." Everyone's like, "Oh, here's like just like one refill of it." So they have like 1.5 pints of Sage chakra. And Sasuke just uses his half to more or less give Shisui one more internal Mangekyo Sharingan. And yeah. But back to this. So Kawaki fades, then miscellaneous person to replace him in the and everything else. Then we can go with Jigen versus everyone else. The Jigen versus everyone else. Miscellaneous person lives in Konoha now, but not under Naruto's roof. Naruto already has enough kids living with him as is. But by the way, Kawaki doesn't know he's adopted. Just knows he's lived with Naruto from a very young age. So, well, I don't know. We'll probably just go to Jigen versus Naruto at his house. But Jigen would want to know where his miscellaneous mistake is, and encounters Kawaki, Konohamaru, Boruto, who's actually a lot stronger because Naruto doesn't know his son is absolutely horrible. Also, Naruto figured out a way to do paperwork a lot faster because he's been Hokage for almost 20, not 20, like so he's been 19 at this point. He's like 30s, in his 30s, so like 10 years, he'd be 29. A little over 10 years he's been Hokage. So he's figured out a way to He's figured out a way to balance paperwork and life with his family. So Boruto's a lot more trained, and the respect is beaten into him via Kawaki and Naruto and Hinata. But yeah. So Boruto's a lot stronger. Same as Himura. She's trained a lot better with Hanabi. But yeah. So this, nonetheless. Jigen still fades everyone, but he does think that Kawaki should be his new vessel, tries to implant a Kama on him, but before he can, one thing he realizes, well, multiple Susanoo surround him. Multiple. I said this at the beginning of the video when I explained the Uchiha training. They do not need death to awaken a Mangekyo. They do not need it. They just need extreme emotion. Extreme emotion was given via Genjutsu. There's a few random Uchiha with Mangekyos currently. So they can all just surround Jigen with Susanoo, and he can give them the hands, sure. But Sasuke with more Sage power, well, he upgrades himself using another half of the Sage power, then gives Itachi the other half of the Sage power. So Itachi and Sasuke are both Sages currently, giving the hands to Jigen, or trying to. Jigen still fades them, but well, I'd put Itachi currently at around like canonical Boruto Naruto minus Baryon mode. So yeah, and Sasuke's kind of like double canonical power. But then we have Naruto, who's been Hokage for decades. Well, not for decades, for a decade. Plus spent time mastering his already known jutsu. Then we have the other 5 Kage who are the same, but less strong. Because they never went through a war. I don't think Darui's strength to change. Or Chojiro, because like... When Naruto becomes Hokage, he can basically just put the world in a giant-ass prison and they can't do a thing about it. And then we're going to use Zabuza can do the sword back to the hidden mist without problems. Because we have a stronger Gaara, because he always kept Shukaku and has mastered his ability. So yeah. But back to this. So Naruto since Jigen, and realize that Sasuke and Itachi are being bodied, but barely being bodied. Like, Sasuke at this point can like handle Baryon mode Naruto, but still we have Jigen who's a bit stronger due to him realizing his vessel is extremely weak compared to his possible vessel options. So Jigen trained a lot more with his other associates. With that, more or less, we'd have Jigen who's a bit stronger, fights Sasuke, beats him, but escapes. But he escapes right as Naruto would have grabbed him. Naruto's like, damn it, I missed. Sasuke, yo, how the hell did you miss? You could have came here a lot earlier and bodied the hell out of him without KCM. Which Naruto could have. His strength is like quadruple his current power. He mastered every single jutsu he already knew. He mastered it beyond mastery. Like, he became like the sage of every single ability. This man was the sage of 6 paths at 15 years old. I'm telling you that right now. So, yeah. Like this Naruto can body 10 Tails Madara out of Sage mode. It'd be pretty easy. But it's not like that. Like he would need Sage mode to kill him, but can body him without it. Well, not kill him, but still beat him without it. But he needs to die via Sage mode. Or till beast extraction, which he can do that as well. So yeah, well Sasuke can handle till beast extraction. But Obito's still in the village. It's just he's old as fuck now. Doesn't fight at all. Him and Kakashi more or less just team up with each other. So yeah. But eventually Sasuke will find the dimension that Jigen's in. When they find it, well, Itachi would use his Sage powers to awaken his own Rinnegan, but in the opposite eye of Sasuke. And with this, they're more or less able to combine their powers and defeat everyone if they come across. But Sasuke more or less wants to let Naruto defeat Jigen just to see how Naruto stands against him. As this Naruto and KCM 1 probably body Baryon mode. So yeah, which Naruto begins just basically using just like a Five Tails cloak against Jigen and being like giving them the hands with disrespect. But then Jigen begins overwhelming him as he does turn into Ishiki either way. But now we have a stronger Jigen and Kanon still. So Ishiki does eventually go over Baryon mode power. Or Ishiki goes over Baryon mode power. Now we have Naruto, who then would go KCM 2. And Jigen is given the hands with the utmost disrespect, more than he's ever felt. Then we have Sasuke and Itachi who can travel to his exact dimension. And then you put him in a box as well, because they're all stronger than... Well, Itachi's currently on the level of current Naruto, but then has Rinnegan now, so Baryon mode Naruto. Then we have Sasuke on the level of Baryon mode Naruto, minus Rinnegan abilities. So using Rinnegan abilities, he's surpassing Baryon mode. We have three people who can surpass or currently compare Baryon mode power. There is no need for Jigen to win at all. There'd be no chance he could win. Pause. So, Jigen nonetheless has the hands with everyone's disrespect, being the Uchiha brothers, and this one Uzumaki who can clone himself millions of times over. So yeah. So once Jigen gets the hands, he is leveled up as a corpse. They defeat Gaara. Code is no problem for Naruto, despite him supposedly being stronger than Jigen. Jigen, not Ishiki, but then Code is still getting manhandled. So nonetheless, Gaara's done for. But I forgot to go over Momoshiki and Kenshiki. There's no need to. At all. They're manhandled by not by Ishiki. They're manhandled by Itachi. He can do it himself. He's on level of Naruto, canonically. Then you can add on Rinnegan abilities. No, you can't. This is before Rinnegan, I'm dumb. But still, Itachi can handle a few of them. They can't even absorb Amaterasu, can they? If he's fast enough, they cannot absorb it. So he can kill Kenshiki without any effort, and then fight Momoshiki. So Momoshiki nonetheless cannot. He may tie with Itachi or still be pushed back a bit. But then we have a lot of the Hidden Leaf villagers who are strong as hell for no damn reason. I'm talking about Obito, Might Guy, and Kakashi, because Might Guy never got injured in the war because there's no war to happen. So we can just have Might Guy, Kakashi, and Obito just defeat Momoshiki themselves, teaming up with Itachi mainly. Momoshiki can try to kill Kakashi or Obito. They face right through him and just shove their hands right through his body and kill him. They can put this man in Kamui Dimension permanently if they choose to. Then just invade there whenever they want and snatch his eyes randomly. Obito can just shove his arms right into Kamui Dimension, snatch his eyes, and leave. He couldn't do that himself. But then they probably couldn't do that because of he has. I'm pretty sure he can travel dimensions. I don't know if he can. But I'm pretty sure he can. So we can just have six Gate Might guy put this man down, or try to, and then have his other two buddies put him down as well. So yeah. But this basically concludes Boruto. That's really it. Kara's gone. Nothing else important happens. If something does happen, we have a man who can basically just fuel a new nuclear power plant with a flick. Yeah. There's no need for Boruto to continue if Naruto can handle everything with a single punch. This man went from being continental level canonically to being around planetary level. So yeah. Bye.